Commonwealth Games is coming really, really soon. And I, for one, am very excited to see how it all plays out because I think it'll be one of the closest competitions that we all have had in a very, very long time. Today, I'm going to be talking through the teams competing and what I think the outcomes might be for the team competition, all-around competition, and the individual finals. This is recorded about a week before the Commonwealth Games is actually going ahead, so I'm completely unaware of what's going on. I might schedule this to come out before any of the actual competitions go ahead. So I'll schedule this one for the Friday. So it happens before any of the competitions actually happen. So essentially, this is my prediction video for the Commonwealth Games, who to look out for, what to look out for, and what I think some of the biggest competitions, what some of the biggest rounds will be for the men's side of things. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the England team because it's what I know best and it's the one I was attempting to be selected for. It wasn't to be, but they're sending an amazing team of Adam Tobin, Alex Georgiou, Luke Whitehouse, Joshua Nathan, and our very own from City of Birmingham Gymnastics Club, Gabriel Langton. This has changed since not very long ago, really. Max Whitlock had an injury, and then Jake also didn't get. And then Jake Jarman also isn't going to Europeans. They can't have the same European team as the Commonwealth team because they laid that out beforehand. So Jack was the reserve for both originally, got put into the Euros team, Jack Stanley that is. And then, so they needed a new reserve. Gabe was selected for that. And then Gabe has now gone into the Commonwealth team and Oakley Banks is now the reserve for that. So a lot of changes, a lot of shenanigans when it came to selection, but that is the team that we're going ahead with. Adam Tobin, Alex Georgiou, Joshua Nathan, Luke Whitehouse, and Gabriel Langton, which I think is a really strong team. Even without Mac, I think they've got a really, really strong team score as well as individual apparatus opportunities and individual all-around opportunities. I think Luke Whitehouse, obviously for floor, is huge and it's great for him. I think he might have wanted to go for the quadruple of the Euros floor champion titles. He might have wanted to go for the 4, but he's been selected to go to the Commonwealth Games instead. But I think he'll do amazingly. I think he's almost guaranteed that floor final, if not floor medal. I think he's one of the best candidates. I think he's probably one of the best floor workers in the world. So that's definitely going to be good to watch. Floor final will definitely be one to look out for. Joshua Nathan, Alex Georgiou on pommel, going to be huge. Obviously Max isn't there, but I think those two can also put huge scores out there. So I think they're very, very good candidates for pommel horse. Rings potentially could be an issue, but we've also got someone like Adam Tobin. Adam Tobin is a really, really strong rings worker as well as an all-rounder. So I think he's got a great chance for rings. Vault potentially not as many, but Luke Whitehouse also has 2 vaults. He's working big vaults, and which I've seen in training. It's been really, really impressive to see what the level he's gotten to. So that's again something to look out for. The vault final might have Luke Whitehouse in it. And then P-bars, we've got strong P-bar workers as well. Adam Tobin's good on P-bars. Alex Georgiou is great on P-bars as well. So we've got strong individuals as well as a strong team. I mean, Adam could even make high bar final and potentially medal on high bar. He's a great high bar worker too. I think as a team, they have their main weak spot potentially is vault, which we've got a good team on vault. It's just whether everyone hits, but also the difficulty might not be quite as high as the other teams. That being said, the Commonwealth isn't the strongest in terms of the level of gymnastics. So as teams, they won't be operating at the same sort of level as Europeans and especially worlds. So I think the vault, potentially the rings issues won't really matter too much. And I think with 4 up through to count in the team final, I think England's still the front runner and still got probably the best chance of the gold medal. But anything can happen on the day. I'm not going to try and jinx anyone. I'm not going to try and say that anything's destined to happen because anything can happen. I mean, Scotland could win, Wales could win, you never know. And I mean, you can't be too upset if that happens realistically. It's still British. But yeah, I'll go on to them next. So Scotland team, I do know this. I know a lot of these guys quite well actually. So you've got Cameron Lim, you've got Connor Sullivan, he's from Leeds. You've got Hamish Carter from Notts. You've got Pavel Kanaenko. He's coming back from retirement, which seems to be a very common thing for the Scotland team to do. Frank did it 4 years ago. And of course, Ruben Ward from Manchester Academy of Gymnastics. And this team is strong. Like, I think the strongest team Scotland's had for a while, honestly. Apparatus, they've got chances, and all around they've got chances. Hamish is a good all-rounder. Ruben's an amazing all-rounder. I think Ruben could definitely challenge for an all-round medal, if not gold, genuinely. I think Ruben's got a great chance of pommel as well. He's one of the best pommel workers in the world that we've got now. A great asset to British gymnastics, but definitely to Scottish gymnastics too. And then to be fair, he's a good all-rounder, so he's good on all of the apparatus. He could genuinely final or medal on pretty much any of them, but especially pommel and especially all-around. I mean, I doubt he'll do 2 vaults, but he could, and he'd probably get something out of it. But then as a team, they are also very strong. I think Ruben covers up a lot of the holes that potentially could have been there otherwise. I think his pommel work definitely helps quite a lot. But then also he's got a very strong high bar too. I think him, Hamish and Connor on high bar will be 3 relatively big high bar scores. I think for floor, they're pretty strong. Rings, Pavel helps quite a lot for, again, patching the holes and making sure that they've not got any 2 weak pieces. I think they've got a very good chance of definitely a team medal, definitely an all-round medal, and potentially individual medals on apparatus. It could be a good year for Scotland. I talk about that in a bit more detail on my most recent episode with Sam Hendrickson. I think that's a great one to check out if you're more interested to see about the specifics of the national governing body and how that works and the selection of that sort of process, the behind the scenes sort of stuff to make all this stuff possible. She's the head of sport at Scottish Gymnastics, so she knows a lot about all of the different disciplines and goes into a lot more detail than I can. But on to the next. Next is staying with Great Britain. We're now on to the Welsh team. The Welsh team, again, it's super strong, and I think it's a great team that they've got this year, and potentially the strongest they've had in a while. That you've got potentially 3 all-arounders there. You've got Joe Kemlin-Jones, Alex Niskavenue and Elliot Vernon, 3 really, really strong individuals that could also contribute scores to teams. Joe's obviously got a good rings. He's got pretty good floor. He's got a decent high bar, very good P-bars. Alex is insane. Alex is really, really good, and apparently he's been quite on it in training recently, so he's potentially one to look out for, Alex Niskavenue. And then you've got Elliot Vernon, who's cleans up. He's from Leeds, and he works really hard. And again, very strong P-bars. I think they're very strong on the P-bars, actually. I think they've got good potential for a final on there, 100%. Alex could potentially make a high bar final quite easily. I think Alex and Adam might be up there for it. They'll definitely be contenders for the high bar medal, but if not, then we've got the Australians to compete with and potentially a couple others, but they've definitely got a good chance of medals. I don't see many weaknesses with their team, potentially pommel, but I think with the all-arounders scores, they could potentially patch those up. They could put good enough scores out there, and then their floor work, potentially Joe's rings, their P-bars and high bar could compensate for it, and they definitely could be up there with teams like England, Scotland, Canada, Australia, all of those lot. I think for individual apparatus medals, potentially a floor for Jacob Edwards, for even Joe Kemlin-Jones, maybe Henry Lewis. Henry Lewis has a huge vault lineup, call it. Good 2 vaults that he can do, drag and a CAS 2.5, so he could definitely make a vault final. Joe can definitely make a rings final. There could potentially be a pommel final in there, but I don't think any of them are specialists, so it's less likely than someone like Ruben Ward or Alex Cash or Josh Nathan. P-bars is a strong choice, not just for one of them either, for Alex Niskov or Elliot Vernon or Joe Jones. I think that they might have a little bit of a battle to actually see who gets into the P-bars final. And then obviously high bar, you've got Alex Niskov, and then the others clean up for the team score. So I think Wales could be a real contender too. This is what I mean when I said at the start, where it could be literally anyone's game. Like, anything could happen at this competition, which is why I'm so excited for the team final. I'm really excited to be there and actually experience it firsthand. It'll be good. It'll be really, really good. And I'm excited to see what actually goes down. Now comes the teams that I don't really know much about. Obviously, the GB teams, I will know better. I've competed with them or against them. I've trained around them. I've been to little training camps with them. But these lot, I don't know as well. So Canadian team, Australian team, Cypriot team, I don't know. I don't know the individuals. I don't know how well they work as a team, etc., etc. But the Canadian team, Felix Dolci, Rene Cournoyer, William Aymard, and Ethan Akeda, and Jordan Carroll. So it's relatively inexperienced team. Only two of them have actually been to a Commonwealth before, Felix and Rene. Felix at 2022 and Rene at 2018. Felix is still quite young. You can see him all over social media, to be fair. He was at the Olympics, and on the high bar, he was the guy whose guard snapped on the straight catcher and then did a clean routine afterwards. Mental. So I think they've got a good team. I think these individuals could potentially put scores together. I think Felix has a definite chance of an all-around medal, whether it be gold, silver, bronze, I'm not sure, but could be interesting. I think he's definitely got a chance of the high bar medal as well. I think these are potentially more geared towards the team than the individual. I think the Canadian team is more aiming for like team success as opposed to individual success. Obviously, they've got the individuals. They've got Felix Dolci, who can do an all-around. He can get a floor. He can get a high bar final. He can do those things. And they've got Jordan Carroll, who can get a pommel potential final. But the others, I'm not sure what finals they'll make, what individual success they might have. So I think the main thing that these guys will be aiming for will be the team success. So it could be very interesting to see how it all plays out and where they stack up against teams like England, Scotland, and Wales. Again, team final is going to be very interesting. Now we move on to the Australian team. So we've got Jesse Moore, Drew Higgins, James Hardy, Ben Foster, and Ritam Malik. I think that these guys are potentially more individuals focused. I know Ritam is a very good pommel worker. I know Jesse Moore is an amazing gymnast, if I'm honest. He's great all around. He's got really good floor, really good high bar, very, very good high bar. He's got a skill on pommel. I think that speaks for itself, like a skill named after him on pommel. I think that speaks for itself. And yeah, he ain't shabby at the rest of the apparatus either. He's got a good P-bars as well. So I think he'll be a massive contender for all-around. He may be just the one to beat for all-around, if I'm honest. Potentially one of the strongest gymnasts going into this competition. The others I haven't really heard too much about, so it could potentially be. So I think they're potentially trying to fill out the team, get the best team score possible, and go for just the individual medals for the pommel horse, and then also just what Jesse can do, basically. If you haven't watched his high bar routine, I would suggest you watch it. It's really, really good. I don't know how it will perform on the day. Obviously, you never know, but some of the connections he does, some of the just gymnastics in general that he does is really, really clean, really good, but it's also super difficult. So I think he's definitely one to look out for in the next years or cycle, I suppose. With regards to their chances of a team medal, I think it could be interesting. I think all of the teams I'm going to talk through today, the England, Wales, Scotland, Canadian, Australian, and Cypriot teams have chances. Cypriots may be lower down on the list, but I think those five first teams, England, Scotland, Wales, Australia, Canada, are the best candidates for medals, and I think it could go literally any way. So I think Friday's going to be really cool. Friday is going to be very, very interesting. The day that this comes out will be very interesting. Who do we think is going to take it home? Who do we think is going to be at the top of the rankings of the leaderboard? I think if I had my pick as to what happens, I would say England and then Scotland or Wales second or third. I really have no preference over the two, but that's what I would prefer. And I think it definitely could happen, but it's definitely not up to me. I think that is 100% possible. If things go well on the day, obviously it depends on a million different factors, but if things go well on the day, that definitely could happen. But the Australians, the Canadians, even the Cypriots have a good chance of success, have a good chance of pushing those teams down. All of them, not just Wales and Scotland. They've got competitive teams, competitive even with England, who absolutely dominated last cycle, absolutely dominated at 2022 Birmingham Commonwealth Games. Like, it was insane. But this year it will be a lot closer, and it will be between those top teams. It could be very interesting. So Marios Georgiou is going to be a part of the Commonwealth Games. I can't see the rest of their team. I know they're sending 5 men, so they will have a team to compete for that team title on the Friday, but I don't know who they will be. I know that Marios will be there. He's obviously an exceptional high ball work. He's also great all-arounder, so he'll definitely be up there. He has competed at just so many Commonwealth Games, though. He's incredibly experienced. I don't know how he's aged, how he's managed to keep going. Born 1997 and competed in 2018, 2022, and now is competing again 2026. So he's done very well to do quite so many. He won gold on floor and P-bars and bronze in the all-around at the 2018 Commonwealth Games, and then won 4 bronze medals at 2022. So massively experienced, very successful at the games, so definitely one to look out for. I remember watching him last games, and he was a very, very good gymnast and very experienced now, especially. 1997, what's that, 29 years old? So definitely one to look out for, and could be very, very interesting how all of this plays out, because I've said a lot of names today. I've said a lot of different things, and a lot of different things could happen. And obviously with the team event, I've said my piece, I think that anyone could win, and I definitely think it's up for grabs, and I think that it would just be best team on the day wins, and they seem relatively even. I don't think that one team stands out to me as like they're definitely going to win. Like, even if they make mistakes, they're going to win. I think that it'll be about the day, about what actually happens, which is why you have to be there. It's why you have to watch it. It's why you have to experience it. I think with the all-around on the Sunday, it could be a very interesting one as well. I think that there are a lot of different contenders for it. Luke Whitehouse, Adam Tobin in the English team. You've got 2 of the 3 Welsh lads. And you've got Ruben Ward. You've got Hamish Carter if he decides to do all-around. I don't think he will, but he could. You've got Marios Georgiou. You've got Felix Dolci. You've got Jesse Moore. There are so many different contenders for these medals that I think that it's literally anyone's game. It's same sort of idea as team, but with team, there's a lot more excitement around it because the team medal is like the most coveted of them all. And the team that wins gets to lord it over everyone else for the next 4 years. And I think that England has been in a hugely strong position for pretty much every Commonwealth Games for a very long time. And I think that this year it's a lot more up for grabs for other teams. Not that I don't think England will win. I think that they've got the best chance, but it could be anyone's game in both the all-around and in terms of the team. I think neither of our best all-arounders are going to this competition. So those being Jake Jarman and Joe Fraser. So the all-around title is definitely more up for grabs for a different nation as well. Someone like Jesse Moore is definitely one to look out for. Felix Dolci is always up there, but someone could literally come out of nowhere and get it because, again, anything can happen on the day, especially as an individual. There's a lot less room to make up for falls. There's not like 4 up, 3 to count. You've not got any room for any mistakes. So if something goes, it just goes, and you may just lose your entire chance of a medal of anything if you make one simple mistake. So all around is always a fun one to watch. Individual apparatus, it depends on the apparatus. I think floor, you've got a lot of different talent, but I think Luke Whitehouse stands up above the rest. 100%. Again, anything can happen on the day. Anything can happen in qualifications. So don't take my word as gospel. I think pommel horse Ruben Ward stands out to me, but you've also got a lot of different specialists from England that are coming through, and Ritam Malik from Australia that's coming through. So you've got contention. So he can't make a mistake. He has to go through clean, and it's about, do you handle the pressure? Then you've got rings, and I think it's kind of anyone's game because there aren't any specific ring specialists that stand out to me. I think that there's a lot of different people that could get the rings title, and that could be quite interesting because the standard is not as high as it would be at a World Games, a World Championships, and those are all the competitions on Monday. Then on Tuesday you've got the rest of the finals. So vault, obviously I think Luke Whitehouse is a good shout. You've got Henry Lewis, who's got 2 big vaults, but then someone might just come out of nowhere with 2 vaults and decide to take it. Honestly, I think, again, yeah, it's about on the day, but it's also about even the most consistent vaults can break down under pressure. So that's true on any piece though. So it is just about how do you handle the pressure, but also the consistency of the vault. And if it's inconsistent, but it just stays on your feet on both days, someone might have a chance. P-bars could be interesting. I think, again, a lot of different contenders, a lot of different people could be up for it, and not the normal lot, because obviously Joe Fraser's not going to be there and people like that aren't going to be there. So it is more up to people like Alex Yorshinkash and Adam Tobin and Joe Cameron Jones, all that lot to step up to the plate and put good routines out there so that they can get the medals instead. So I think rings, P-bars, potentially vault, but then also high bar is definitely up to play for and open to people who potentially aren't even specialists on those apparatus to take it just by doing stupidly clean routines if people do make mistakes. Because in qualifications, there will be people who are specialists on the apparatus who do make mistakes just by virtue of the fact that there are a lot of different people who go up to those apparatus and one of them will make a mistake. So some all-rounders, some people who are specialists on other apparatus who are just filling out for the team may get the opportunity to go to these finals just because they're super clean on that apparatus on the day when other people weren't. So I think high bar might be one of those. I think there's a good chance for people like Hamish Carter, Adam Tobin, Alex Niskavenu to put good and not necessarily bigger, but better routines out and get the rewards as a result. Better routines than the other people, I should say. Better routines than the masses within this competition. All in all, I think this Commonwealth Games is going to be super, super interesting. The standard will be up there as always, but I think it's definitely closer than it has been for a while. I think 2022 Commonwealth Games was one of the best Commonwealth Games for England as a team because we won nearly everything. So we won everything other than high bar last games. I don't think it will be as clear cut this year. I don't think it will be as much of a clean sweep as it was last time because we literally won team. We won all around and got silver all around as well. We got gold on floor, gold on pommel, gold on rings, gold on vault, gold on P-bars, and then we didn't get a high bar medal, but we literally got everything else. I don't think it'll be as much of that as it was last year, simply because we've got two teams going to two different competitions and they can't overlap. So the Euros team is selected mostly from the England team or entirely from the England team because we haven't also selected from the Scottish and Welsh teams as well for that Euros. So I think, if nothing else, this Commonwealth Games will be the year that, for men's artistic gymnastics, the year that other countries have the best opportunities to get the medals on the individual apparatus in the all-round and in the team final. So it's all to play for, and I, for one, am very, very excited. I hope you are too. And thank you for watching this episode of the Game of Gymnastics podcast. Leave a like if you enjoyed, follow for more, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.